Welcome to Round the Table with Gratz Park Private Wealth. I'm Sherry Hawley, President of Gratz Park Private Wealth, joining you on the end of November as we wrap up the holiday Thanksgiving week. I hope everyone had a warm and wonderful holiday with their family and friends and community, especially in our Asheville community as we continue to recover from our awful storms in September. Lots to be grateful for, especially for this resilient and strong community. That being said, the month of November, we have the election behind us, and one that was solidified at the end of the evening, and so we didn't have the volatility that we were anticipating from an election that could have been pretty contentious because it was looking to be very close. That being said, with the certainty of it behind us, the market had a nice rally. Actually, November tends to be a positive month, but we really saw some exuberance in November with the small cap index, the Russell 2000, finishing up 10% for the month. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was plus 7%. The S&P 500 and the NASDAQ each were up over 5%. So a pretty astounding month as we saw a huge rally. Now, one thing I'll mention is the 10-year Treasury also continued to rise as far as the yield, and that can be a little bit telling as we move forward. That's usually an indicator of where the market thinks inflation will be over the next 12-15 months. So just something to watch. As we move into December, December tends to be a positive month as well, and I don't expect anything less. Probably see another 1 to 2% push as we finish up the year. Now, all of that to say, moving into January and 2025, we will be making a more formal outlook for our anticipation of next year's market. We've had 2 back-to-back years of 20-plus returns in the S&P 500. Not to say that means the market's going to go down, but that's a pretty high valuation as we've pushed to these new highs in the indexes. So I can tell you preliminarily we're looking for more of the high single-digit returns next year. That being said, we will be paying attention to what the new administration does as as President Trump takes office. Is he going to raise the tariffs? There's been a lot of talk in the past few weeks that looks pretty high probability that that's going to happen. And with that and potential of more mass deportation, fewer people doing the work, higher wages, those things will create inflation. And so we may see a little bit of a tick back up in inflation, and that will bring the economy back down because maybe we don't get as many interest rate cuts from the Federal Reserve as we were anticipating next year. So all of that will be something that we'll be giving a more formal outlook as we wrap up 2024 and move into 2025. In the meantime, we need to stay disciplined and continue to really capture these gains that we're going to see over the next 30 days as we move into 2025. With that, thanks for joining me with Round the Table with Gratz Park Private Wealth.